Here we want to be able to find A, which is f plus g, B, f minus g, C, f times g, and D, f divided by g, and then state their domains. So for the first one, what we want to do is we want to find f plus g of x. So writing out the definition tells us that we should take f of x and then add g of x. So f of x is x cubed plus 2x squared plus g of x, which is 3x squared minus 1. So we end up with x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x squared minus 1. And then combining like terms, we get x cubed plus 5x squared minus 1. And so now there is our f plus g of x. And now what is the domain of this function? Well, we can plug in any x value, so therefore x can be any real number. Okay, number 2, we want to find f minus g of x. So the definition states that we take f of x and then subtract g of x. So f of x is x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x squared minus 1. So distributing that minus negative sign, we end up with minus 3x squared and then plus 1. So now when we combine like terms, we get x cubed minus x squared plus 1. Again, that's when we subtract these two functions. And so what would the domain of that be? Well, we can plug any value in, so we know that x can be any real number. Next, part C, which I wrote number 3. So we have f times g of x, which is equal to f of x times g of x. So we know that f of x is x cubed plus 2x squared, and we're multiplying that by 3x squared minus 1. So using the FOIL method, we should end up with 3x to the 5th minus x cubed plus 6x to the 4th minus 2x squared. And so if we put this in descending order, we have 3x to the 5th plus 6x to the 4th minus x cubed minus 2x squared. So again, that is the definition of f times g of x. And then if we want to look at the domain of this function, then we can still put in any value for x. So x is going to be all real numbers. So for number 4, we have f divided by g of x, and that definition states that we take f of x and divide it by g of x. So that's equal to x cubed plus 2x squared divided by 3x squared minus 1. And so there's nothing for us to simplify here. However, we do still need to figure out what is the domain of this function. But now that it is a rational function, we need to look at the denominator. And when does the denominator not equal 0? So we need to solve for x. So 3x squared is going to equal 1. X squared is going to equal 1 over 3. If we take the square root of both sides, we have plus or minus the square root of 1 over the square root of 3. And so if we rationalize the denominator by multiplying it by the square root of 3, then we should get plus or minus the square root of 3 over 3. So the domain of this function is x such that x cannot equal plus or minus the square root of 3 over 3.